The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody. It's me, the Macho Man. Savage, you're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the Macho King.
Wrestling fans throughout Radio Land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the Ugandan Giant Kamala. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe the Trash Talking Radio Show from 7 to whenever we get on is by using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Flunever Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the Trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday nights, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous take in the road warriors leading the dump. If you know what's good for you, you're listening to Trash Talking Radio, or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch, because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
This is the Vital Idol, and you're listening to Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10 on TrashTalkingRadio.com. And remember this. When the Vital Idol tells you, it's got to be true. And when it's on the internet, it's got to be real. It's Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10. I am the top of pop, the king of swing.
The following...
This Idol King.
Okay, let's try this again. Trash Talking. Okay, now my mic's falling. Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week, and we're here again and ready to do whatever it is that we do here, along with my sidekick, Doug. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, Michael.
Okay, let me adjust this volume
Your
here.
microphone, your microphone needs a little blue pill.
What's it need? What was that?
A little blue pill keeps going in.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, that happens, as we get older. And this mic stand's pretty old. Let me see here. All right, so now we'll get things started. Hey, let's see. Oh, I got to make sure that forgot one place. I got to look. Hold on. Let me make sure it's playing up there. It is. Okay, good. All right, we got all our things ready. And why isn't it playing, though? It says live. Why isn't it live? It don't look live. That looks live. Okay, there we go. All right. Got everything ready. I wonder if other radio shows have this problem where we try to start on time. Well, we did start on time today. I just got things screwed up. I also got a new clock in the studio, so I don't have to keep looking to figure out what time it is. So I got a bigger clock. So our budget afforded a clock. Cost me $8 or something like that. Off Temu. Buying from the Chinese. So, yeah. Hey, all right. So we got a lot of stuff. We had a lot of stuff to talk about today. I'm going to start with the weekend, since I talked to you. I did that commercial last Monday. That was the one that was about health insurance or something like that. It was like health insurance for old age homes or something like that. I don't even know what it was about. I just know that I did the pawn shop thing. And then I did a fitting Friday, which was really fun because we got down there and I got in the building, and I get this text from Christine, because she went with me, but she was sitting in the car, and she said the neighbor called and said that our dogs are running loose in the neighborhood. And that's the worst thing you could say to me while I'm in Philly, because there's no way I could get back up there in time. But anyway, she captured the dogs and opened the door and left them in. And I guess the door was just not closed right, and they got out that way. So we got our dogs back. But the whole time I'm thinking, now what do I do? After the fitting, I was supposed to go to New Jersey to commentate, and I was like, well, it's gonna take me 2.5 hours. It's gonna take me 2 hours to get home, and another 2.5 hours to get to the studio, to the school. So that means I might as well not even go, because I would never make it back in time. But I said, I'll tell you what, let's go to the school first, because I know we're closer to the school. We're like 20 minutes from the school or whatever. And I'll see who's there, see who can commentate. And, if I don't find anybody, then I'll figure it out from there. So we went there, and I didn't see anybody I was on the board for commentating, and I didn't see anybody else except Amadeus, and I didn't want to leave him there to commentate alone. So I said, you know what, that's just, if they're out, they're out. There's nothing we can do about it. It's going to take us 3 hours to get there anyway. So we worked, and I commentated, and that all worked out. We came home, and the dogs were in the house where they belong, but they were really muddy. That was fun. And I was really tired, and because I had to get up early so that I could go to that fitting and stuff. And then after they had me there at the fitting. They wanted me at the fitting at 10 a.m. And I said, is there any way I can make it, a little later than that, because I got to be down in that Philly area, actually New Jersey, and I'd like it to line up with the times there. And they accommodated me, and they made it. I said, look, if you want me there at 10, I'll be there at 10. But if there's any way we could be there like around, I don't know, I think I was there at 1. I think that's what they made it, and that worked out good, because they did it at 1, and I was there at 1, and everybody was happy. And a lot of sitting, because you have to dress in each outfit. They take pictures of it. They send it to the client, and then the client has to approve or disapprove things. And they had me in all kinds of things, and I ended up wearing my own stuff anyway. They didn't like anything else. They liked the outfit I wore for the audition. I think I showed you the one audition where I was dancing, didn't I?
No.
I didn't show you that? Really? Oh.
I missed you dancing, Michael.
Oh, well, I didn't dance like I did in... okay, so I'll continue.
Did you look like John Travolta's Saturday Fever?
Yeah, that's it. And I danced like Fred Astaire.
There you go.
Anyway, so I go there, and I'm like, in this... the Friday, I went there, and I was up there sitting and waiting, and there's a lot of waiting, and somehow this isn't working for you. What isn't working? Something's not working? Let me check to see what's going on here. What is not working? Oh, be nice if I used the right keyboard. Let's see, which one is it? It's this one. Oh, yeah. People don't know I have 3 keyboards because I have 3 computers I'm running. What is not working? All right, so let's see what they give me for an answer. Anyway, so I get there, and it was a lot of waiting, a lot. So everything's fine. Okay, good. So the ones, it may not have, she may have been tuned in right as we started, and I didn't have the audio turned on, so it didn't. Our voices didn't come through for that right away. All right. So anyway, so we get there, and I'm getting all these changes, the outfit changes, and a lot of waiting. And I met this guy that he's an American Indian, and he looked like he was kind of chubby, because he's shorter than me, and he kind of looked chubby. He showed me this picture of himself from where he's going to be in 6 months and where he was before he stopped working out, and he was like jacked. This guy was really jacked, and I thought, wow, he might be good if I get that. I had to get out and come back in several times, but it's not okay. It's working. Anyway, he's really like a muscle man, and I thought he'd be perfect for that wrestling show that I'm talking about doing. So I'll probably end up using him for something like that. He's not a wrestler. He's just a bodybuilder, but he looked really good. Especially he has a Fu Manchu, and he looks like a savage. Just kind of cool. I like his look. It's a good wrestling look. So we'll see how it works. But anyway, but that, he was there with me, and there was a couple other people there. In this commercial, they have fans, and they are fan 1, fan 2, fan 3, fan 4. They have, what were the other guys? I forget what the other guys were. But I'm sure that those are just like spots, just like quick glimpses of them. And that's what I thought my part was going to be too. Just a quick glimpse. Well, I was the last one to be videoed that day, and they took me to a warehouse, and I thought, well, that's weird. Why am I dancing in a warehouse? And I guess the theme is that I am the warehouse owner, and I'm happy about drinking this coffee. It's a commercial on coffee, and when I get done with when I do whatever it is I was supposed to do, I'm supposed to be drinking this coffee and being real happy about it. And first off, I don't actually drink coffee. Who we got? Oh, Kelly's there. I see it. I didn't see it because I didn't hit the live chat. There's a weird button I got to push on that on YouTube. Anyway, so I look at the I got to figure out how to do this all because I find out that I'm in this warehouse. I'm supposed to dance all the way down the aisle of this warehouse, holding this cup of coffee, and I got to hold it right so they can see the label. And then I've got to dance, and I got to do a spin here, and then I walk down to the next part of the aisle, and then I saw a mirror. I said, just look at the mirror at myself and fling my hair back. I did that, and they liked that. Then I saw, those mannequins they make dresses with? They don't have a head. They don't have a body. They just have like a torso. There was one of those, so I took that and I dipped that, and then I continued dancing. They liked it, and I thought, really? You like that? It's kind of cheesy, but okay. I mean, they're paying the bill, so if they like it, I'm happy. But I didn't think it was all that good. They thought it was great, so we did that in about I think about 2 hours. We did that, maybe less. It might have been less. No, it seemed like 2 hours. It seemed like all day because I was anxious because I didn't, I've never danced for anybody in my life except when I'm on stage. When I play in my band, I usually dance, but not to that extent. Usually my dancing is just a little thrusting here and there. Even that sounds even weird, but so it was a different feeling for me to have to do this. And I said to him, I'm not really a dancer, right? You know that I don't really dance. And they said, yeah, it's okay. So I said, okay. Then you know what you're asking for. You're asking a musician to dance, and that's, it could be good, could be bad. And then I thought I could do, do you know what the Tennessee strut is?
No.
Okay, it's something the wrestlers do. They kind of move their arms and they move their legs at the same point, and it's just I wanted to do that down the aisle because I thought that would be kind of cool. And it would have been cool, except they wanted me to, after I had done that a couple times to figure out how I was going to do it, they said, now, we want it 30% faster. I'm like, 30% faster? That's like a third faster. That's pretty fast. So then I had to retool whatever I was doing, and it was fun. And they definitely paid me well. So this commercial, after it's over, I heard it's a national commercial. National spotlight. I mean, people are going to see my face. And it's going to be at the Olympics. It's going to be for the finals of the soccer championship. So I'm actually going to a full real stage this time. And that's really exciting. And so if I sucked, my jobs are going to go down. If I did well, who knows what opportunities there are for me. So anything could happen. But it's kind of cool, and I'm excited about it. And we'll see what happens from here. But I don't have anything else lined up for this weekend. Friday I have the wrestling show, the regular Wrestling Friday show that I'll be commentating on. Then Saturday we're going to be in. The big band, Stoneface, is going to be in Shippensburg, and we're going to do a live event there. And then Sunday I'm going to pass out. So I hope. Be a busy day, busy week.
Busy week.
It'll be nice, though, because, it's just, what's fun is that every part of my life is centered around entertainment. I spent all those years in an office. And now I get to do the fun stuff. So, and I got the Saturday recordings. They came out okay. I don't know how they sound on here. Let me get let's turn this thing off and turn to what here we go. There you go. National commercial, national spotlight, and who's dancing in it? Classy one himself. Classy Mike Trash is dancing in the spotlight. I think it's really fun. But anyway, let me check and see. You want to hear a song or two?
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be cover tunes. We haven't practiced in 3 months. I'm going to make up every excuse I can think of right now just in case it sucks. So, just to make it perfectly clear, it's not my best work, but I've also was sick a week last week, so I'll throw that one in there too, because that'll pretty much solidify that. If anything, if you don't like it, it will solidify that. Okay, so here we go. Got to go here, and projects here, and then music here, and band is here, and it's Stoneface, and it's 2026, our first practice of 2026. Here it is, the end of February. And okay, so let's pick. I know you. Oh, I don't know how the audio was with that. Well, that's okay. Let's just play part of it. Can you hear it? Do you hear it?
Yep.
Now this is a Cheap Trick.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
unfortunately, it doesn't sound like the vocals came out that well on this one. Let's go another spot here. Rocky Mountain Way. So what do you think?
I think pretty good.
For a band that hasn't played for 3 months, that's I was pretty happy with it, but the timing would have been a little better, I think, if we had practiced a couple times, and we have there's some good songs in there. There's definitely some good songs. I think set 2 has some Kiss, has some Led Zeppelin, has some AC/DC, all the fun stuff. But it's fun to play that stuff. All right, now let's go on to other stuff here. Boy, we got some really interesting stories this week, I think. So why don't we go to your favorite part of the show? I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birthdays today, and you know at least 1, 2. You know at least 2 of them. Although you've really shown me that you know them a lot better than I thought. So we'll start with this one. Sean Astin. Let's see here. I don't know if you know him or not. He was on the Cosby Show in last season. He's had a lot of bit parts in things.
I remember. I know his face.
Yeah. He's been on TV for a while, but he's like I said, a lot of the times he plays smaller parts.
I'm going to guess 53.
That's a good guess. 55. That's a point for you. The next one, I don't know if you know this one or not. He played James Bond. Daniel Craig.
Yeah, I know Daniel Craig. He's probably 75 right now.
You know what? No, but when I look at this picture here and this picture here, I can see where you say that. And I'll tell you what, he's 58. That's a hard 58. I thought he was older than that too, because he definitely looks his age. Looks older than he is.
Yeah, I guess off the picture to the left.
This one here, yeah. But I mean, but if you look, I don't think this can't be this. Well, this one can't be a current picture, and probably this one isn't either. But and this one, he really looks like he's aged. But when I looked at that, I said, really? He's 58? I can't believe that. Okay, here's another one that you may not or may know. Rebel Wilson. Most people know her as this girl here, but she's lost a lot of weight. She's the youngest person on the chart today.
I'm going to go with 39.
46, close enough. All right. Now, these last 2, I know you know who they are. So this one here is John Bon Jovi.
He's 72.
You know what? He is not. He is my age, believe it or not. I'll tell you what, I'm looking at these pictures, I'm thinking, man, he does look in his 70s. But no, he is 64. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, you know her. Lorraine Newman from the Saturday Night Live crew, the original. So you know she's up there.
Boy, it's not a good picture of her. Judge.
I can't say that. I would say that this probably, and this look a little bit like what I would think she looks like now. She really aged well, though.
65.
Add 9 years.
Really?
Yeah, the Saturday Night Live guys from that era are all around 80, and she's 74. So yeah, I was really surprised that she's actually looks really good for her age. So, all right, that's all we got for the birthdays. Now we can move on to the more important stuff. Did I show you my website that I created for my acting?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I didn't know.
You didn't show me the final one.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the one I got. I'm going to do some changes to it. I want to add a spot for the bands and stuff like that. But this basically says this is how many film festival awards I have, creative roles, things like that. Talks about music, talks about acting, talk show hosting, pro wrestling. Here's the awards again. And basically this is the important part where they can email me. You know what? I ought to try that to make sure that works. I haven't tried that. If you needed to find me, here's where all my social media stuff is down at the bottom here. So it's kind of cool. I tried to make it simple and easy to use and all that stuff so that anybody that gets that. And I don't know if I showed you my IMDb Pro. Did I show you that?
No.
This is the key. You know, I told you I was working on this, working with this one mentor to get myself looking professional. And she's in the business, and her husband's like, he's actually in the business. He actually knows people. He actually is a writer, and he did the one TV show, Gotti and Son, that was on, I don't know what show. It was on Discovery or something like that. Anyway, this is what my stuff is, and this is the way it looks right now. Here's the bands. Here's the Flock crew. She wanted I have a mob boss look. That's the mob boss look. She wanted a actual band picture. There's a wrestling picture, and there's the commercial for the real estate. There's the first movie I was involved in. There's the trailer for Vital Idol. There's the Love is Love that won all those awards. So basically it's everything you need to find out about me. And actually they had something really cool too. I found out that, let me see if this is going to do it. There you go. It says my biography about what who I am and all that stuff. And then it talks about, acting and writing, and it talks about my real name, which I don't give to just anyone. Talks about skills and stuff like that. Then it talks about here's some of the people that I was trained by. And then here's some of the other people I was trained by. Then references. And then we've got in here all these awards that I have to give them. Then it shows there's a link to the web page. Then there's a couple different videos they can look at on here. And then we had this, she said something about one. She liked the pictures of there's the one band, and then there's the pictures of the other band. She liked the idea of showing people that I'm playing out and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. Little by little, I'm starting to look like I'm doing something in the business. So I guess I am basically doing something in the business now, but it's fun. Let's see, get rid of this. Okay, so yeah. All right, now we'll get ready. Let's get this show started here. I have this thing left over from Valentine's Day. I guess I can read it now because even though it's 2 weeks late. Did you know that 56% of Americans celebrating Valentine's Day will purchase candy? So, just a little.
They will purchase candy.
Yes. And I don't think I bought any candy. I bought her I bought a plaque with our names on it. So, that was kind of cool. Oh, and I didn't get to do this. Freaking A, I forgot to do this. Could have done that today. Neil Sedaka died. I didn't do a tribute.
Yeah.
I want to do a tribute to him. I do tributes to other people, so I should probably do him. And I didn't get a chance to do that today. All right, here we go. Now let's do this stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay, so the Paramount deal. Boy, that really's taken a turn, an interesting turn this week. Netflix backed down and said, it's all yours.
All yours for the price.
Yeah, well, they said they're done. They're not going to play anymore. They said they're taking their ball and going home. So whatever they were, So now the thing that makes it interesting to me now is that they committed to $31 a share, I think it is. But the problem is Paramount lost money last year. Now, how are they going to do this? How are they going to buy something that expensive when they're already losing money?
And they're going to have 2 studios.
Right.
Duplicates of HR, duplicates of 2 CFOs, 2 CEOs.
Yeah. It said they lost. No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. I was wrong. Warner Brothers lost $252 million in the quarter that they decided everybody wanted to buy it. They lost $252 million. 252 lost. So that means they didn't make money.
I think Netflix figures that Paramount's not going to be able to afford it.
See, I think so too. And then they can go in there and scoop it up. I think that was a smart. I actually thought that was a good move because they were trying everything they could do not to sell it to Netflix, and I think that was a mistake. I don't really, everything is streaming now, and people aren't going to theaters like they used to. And as far as I'm concerned, Warner Brothers they made a mistake by playing around, and this guy Ellison, didn't he just take over Paramount recently?
He just took over,
and here he just takes over, and his first move is to take a company that's losing $252 million, and his company, if I'm not mistaken, I might have it here. I think his company lost money too. Looking to see, I've got a whole bunch of things here. It says, okay, let me see. Investor interest, okay, let's see here. Ellison views it as a mega deal with an operating loss of $339 million. That's crazy. That's just unbelievable. But there was so many articles on this stuff. It said Netflix won't match the offer from Paramount, and so effectively ending a month-long bidding war. Warner Brothers agreed to $72 billion from Netflix to buy that prior to because nobody wanted it. Why didn't somebody step in earlier? All of a sudden it was last minute, and Paramount was making this big bid for them.
Well, CNN is losing money. Nickelodeon is losing money.
Sure, yeah.
They're all, a lot of their properties are losing money.
Now, I don't know if that's a real loss or if that's a paper loss, too.
Could be a paper loss.
But I doubt that I
but
think...
now they have Nickelodeon and the Cartoon Network.
And HBO.
And HBO Max.
That's a big one, I think that the one that I would be most interested in, because HBO didn't lose money. Warner Brothers lost money. So... I thought it was really interesting that they decided that they were going to drop out. And you know what? I would have just said F them, After all this mess, you agreed to take my money, then you took and changed your mind, that I don't want to deal with people like that. It says here, Netflix walks and wins. This is a story from The Hollywood Reporter. Hold on here. I'll bring it up here. There it is. Analysts discuss open questions and dissect the streamer's decision not to escalate the bidding further. Take the money and run. And that's the other thing is that I personally think they were trying to get Netflix to spend more money and they were going to back out. I think it backfired. I might be wrong. But
well, I read today that Netflix is up on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
And trying to persuade them to not allow them to buy it.
Could be. I just think that this is not the end of the end of the story here. It talks. This article here talks about after the bidding war over Warner Brothers ended in streaming giant Netflix bowing out, leaving the field to David Ellison's Paramount late on Thursday. The David Zaslav Hollywood Studios expected to make a $111 billion mega deal from Team Ellison. Now, they're actually going to merge, I think, instead of just buy it. So that could be one way that that they end up doing this. And it says here, Wall Street analysts have chimed in to the decision, what the decision means to Netflix, especially since it pulled the plug on the pursuit of Warner Brothers very quickly, well ahead of the final deadline, which was tomorrow, to improve its own offer. And CEO Ted Sarandos is traveling to Washington, D.C. to try to get that approved. I don't even know, if I don't know. That's gonna be an interesting to watch to see if they actually make it work or they crash and burn.
So a lot of people are going to lose their jobs.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think a lot of people would have lost their jobs anyway because I think if Netflix took them over, they'd be axing people left and right because they'd want to try to make it profitable, and they wouldn't need everybody because they would probably do just the opposite of what they. Now, here's the interesting part. So a key data point underlining excitement about that, the streamer's stock jumped 7.9% on Friday, trading in at 91.31 as of 8 a.m. and closed at 103.22 on December 4th, the day before. So when they made that deal, the stock had closed at 103 on December 4th, and they gained. Wait a minute here. Yeah, so they closed at 103.22, but they had dropped down to 91.31, and so they lost money on their stock because everybody was dropping their price. A lot of Netflix people probably weren't happy that they were spending all that money. So now it will probably recover.
Netflix isn't going to hurt.
No, they're the ones that they actually have a target of 115. So a good time to buy would be right now. So it says Netflix walks and everybody wins. Within hours of Warner Brothers notifying Netflix it was formally recognizing Paramount's offer, Netflix said, we don't need you. So, and it says Yoon anticipates stream shares to recover the above market implying more than 90 a share. It's at 91, I think now, and I don't think I think it'll go back up to where it was, like 112 or whatever.
Well, one of the key cornerstones of Paramount is Star Trek.
Yeah,
they're losing money left and right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If both companies are losing money, there's going to be serious consequences over this. And I think
I don't know if Paramount can afford Warner Brothers.
That's
with this deal,
right? And that's the thing. I mean, I think they made a mistake. I think that this Ellison guy, he was new in that position, if I'm not mistaken. He just took that position over a couple months ago. So this may be a show his inexperience by doing this.
Well, he's got daddy's money.
Yeah, that's true, but, you know, I don't know. I guess we got to wait and see. It's just, I don't know. It's just really weird. This whole incident, I'll be glad that I'm glad it's over, because although we've talked about it every week since this started. So we'll have to fill it in with something else. Let's see. Oh, okay. So it says David Ellison wins. It doesn't yet make him a winner. So that's true. Here we go. This is and high debt will lead to, it says defying the odds with money isn't nearly as difficult as defying the odds with movies. So sometimes a song captures a mood better than any other prose. And it's talking about when David Ellison was revealed as the winner in the two-man bid. I still can't believe that he made that big of a fuss, because I can't think that he's first of all able to buy that. But like you said, he's got.
Well, doesn't he own Netflix?
Doesn't he own?
Yeah, they owe Paramount owes Netflix money.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, what is it? $29 billion.
Oh, well then they
pulling out.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
It's in there somewhere. It's got to be talked about somewhere.
Interesting. Well, that's that really makes it interesting. It says here. So it says. Let's see if it says anything about that. Okay. So here's what he's going to end up with: a movie studio and a collection of pay TV and other assets with a market value of up to $71 billion. Of course, he paid $111 billion plus an extra few billion in sweeteners, which might dampen the winning feeling, like buying $30 of tickets at a state fair for a ring toss to win a stuffed animal that cost you $3. Yeah, that's close. It's also talking about mega hits like Star Trek Into the Darkness and eventually Top Gun Maverick, which had done well in the year. Okay, so, and it says your family's net worth fluctuates between $225 billion and $390 billion. Those are big fluctuations there. It says you make other people worry about whether they have enough of it. And Ellison's kept offering more and more with Warner Brothers, and as much as the win, it was stunning. It would have to be stunning, or at least stunningly stupid if Netflix stuck with it. The initial bid was $82 billion without the cable networks, which seemed to. That's $82 billion.
Yeah, but they didn't buy the whole package. Ellison bought the whole package.
Okay, all right.
Netflix only bought certain things.
Okay. Well, because the big thing was they didn't want Netflix to bypass the movie theaters, so
that's what would have happened.
And that may have happened. It probably would have happened more than it wouldn't be, but I still don't know if it was worth the gamble that they. I don't know. It was worth it to Netflix to do what they were going to do. I don't know if it was worth it for Ellison, considering his financial issues that he has right now. So I guess time's going to tell whether or not this was a good deal. All right, enough of this. I don't think I have anything else about this that I care about. I got so many articles on this. Said Europe could make. Oh, this was a good story though. I'll cover this one. Europe would kill the Paramount Warner Brothers deal, but it would also won't kill the deal, but it could make David Ellison wait. So says Washington appears ready to rubber stamp David Ellison's proposal. While the deal may sail through the U.S., it may encounter a more complicated review across the Atlantic. I'm kind of surprised that the Atlantic would really make any difference, whether or not.
In Europe, they are much tougher on antitrust.
Okay. Well, that's they have to keep in mind too, because if that slows everything down, the longer your money's out there,
and you're not making any, you're not receiving any profit.
Yes, that could be a problem. And since Netflix, of course, now finds itself with nearly $3 billion more on its balance sheet to play with, at the same time that the two competitors were in integration mode. So, I mean, overall, I think it was smart for Netflix to walk away, because I think that Ellison's insane, and he was going to do what he had to do to win that. He's one of those guys that wants to get it his way, and there is no other way.
To Ellison's defense, I think Paramount might have folded without this deal. Could be,
yeah. Speaking of which, Zootopia still continues to make the money at the box office. You know, it did really well at the box office, and I think I want to see here. It says Tuesday, Minecraft movie did $423 million to rank it as the highest-grossing domestic of 2025, with $424 million in ticket sales. The Oscar-nominated pick was already at the top-grossing Hollywood title of the year. It's now roughly, Zootopia is roughly at $1.85 billion. That's for a freaking animated movie. That's insane. All right. 80s Metal announces a historic Las Vegas residency. Do you know who it is?
No.
This is kind of cool. I didn't really expect them to do this, but, you know, if anybody's going to do it, why not? It's Metallica. They're going to do a residency in Vegas. I remember when residencies were just like Dean Martin and and that type of thing, but apparently that's not the way it is nowadays. We'll have a residency with Metallica. Oh, man. That's crazy.
Well, you know they're going to have to do like 6-7 shows a week.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get tons of money. They pay really well at those shows. Yeah, I would go to see them. I mean, at a residency, because they're also not quite as big of shows, too. So you can... It's more personal than the giant stadium shows that you know where you can't barely see them. So that's cool. Then we got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees are in. Did you see that?
No.
There's some good people on that. Let me bring that up. They announced their nominees this year, from Billy Idol to Wu-Tang Clan. They announced the nominees for the class of 2026, and this year it is, where did I put it? Where is it? Wait, where's the rest of them? There's 17 artists who are vying for the. Okay, where's it at? Of the group, 10 are first-time nominees, and 7 have been nominated at least one prior time. Okay. You can cast your votes. All right. Let's see what we got. All right, where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Okay. Accept all. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I hit the button now. Oh, click to start. Okay, back here. Okay. Oh, geez, they want all kinds of stuff. All right, come on. I thought I had the list. Where's the list? I think Beastie Boys were one of them. Now I gotta give it a code. Oh, man. Didn't know it wanted a code. Hold on here. There it is. Okay. Put my code in. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not the right one. Fine. There we go. There we go. Oh, why do you want my name? Doesn't have my name. Classy Mike. All right, now. Okay, here are the nominees. Maya Carey. Who's Jeff Buckley? I don't even know.
Oh, she's in.
Yeah, she'll make it, yeah. You can have 7 nominees. Melissa Etheridge.
She'll make it.
Jeff Buckley. Iron Maiden. Lauryn Hill. New Edition. Shakira. Luther Vandross. Phil Collins. Oh, Phil Collins.
She'll make it.
Sade, is that how it's pronounced?
I think Sade. She'll make it.
In Excess. Billy Idol. Pink.
Billy may make it.
Billy should make it. Pink. Joy Division and the New Order. Never even heard of them. Wu-Tu Clan. Or not Wu-Tu. Wu-Tang Clan. Blech, Wu-Tang Clan. Oasis and Black Crowes. Oh, boy, that's a tough one. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm going to make... well, Billy Idol I'm going for. Phil Collins I'm going for. Black Crowes. I do one of their songs. Didn't we say... who did I say was... Wait a minute. Who did I say was going to be... I don't like Iron Maiden, but I guess I could do them. Because I got to stick to my crew of rock and rollers. All right, I'll do that one. Do In Excess. How many do I get? 7. Okay. Wow, they don't have... Okay, Oasis is... Those guys are fighting all the time. I'll take them. And I'll take Black Crowes. There we go. We got our rock guys. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6. Oh, do I have another one? I have to have another one? Oh, man. All right, where do I go? Who do I go to now? Wow. I don't even know these other people. I guess I could go to Mariah Carey. I'll give it to her. Although Etheridge, she's pretty good.
Etheridge is good.
Let's pick her. Because she takes care of the people. She takes care of the animals. All right. All right, I cast my ballot. So everyone should go out there and vote. Cast my first ballot. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. There we go. All right. It's nice to know. I thought I said somebody else was going to be on there. Oh well. So that's cool. That was the first time I ever did that. Oh yeah, I didn't see them on there. Oh, that's because they're not in it. They're in the they're doing the residency thing. They're probably already in it. Because they've been, I would imagine they're already in it. All right, next. Oh. This is really bizarre. Did you see this? Vince McMahon crashed his car. He was going 100 miles an hour on the Connecticut interstate, and he was flying down the road, and he hit this lady from behind, and then his car flew off. He drives a $300,000 car.
Oh man, and he wrecked.
He totaled it. It was done. It was a Bentley, and I mean, I just thought about the fact that he almost, he could have killed somebody at that speed, and the cop let him go. He didn't let him go. He didn't really do anything that I thought. If it was me that was doing that, I would have gone to jail. And so it's not really right that he got that pass. But he went to trial a couple weeks ago, and here's what. First off, what do you think he got?
Nothing.
He got fined $1,000 to be given to charity. He totaled that other girl's car the other woman's car. He didn't total it. He messed it up pretty bad, though. And, you know, his excuse was, I was late for my granddaughter's birthday party. Oh. And the officer...
Plan ahead, buddy. Plan ahead.
And the officer recognized him. And
yeah, he got off because he was Vince McMahon.
Right. If he would have been anybody else in this free world, he would have gone to jail or something. But they just slapped him on the hand and left him go. It sucks. So, all right. So Apple struck a deal with Netflix. Did you hear about that?
No.
For F1 Drive to Survive and the Canyon Grand Prix, a docuseries was released on Netflix and Apple TV overnight. So they're both going to, for the first time, share a product like that. I mean, the people that are watching Apple TV are probably not necessarily the same with Netflix. So they both can actually share this and see how it works out. So, be interesting. Be nice to see companies, work together. And that's probably never really happened in our time.
Well, I think you're right. They don't compete for the same crowd.
Right. Yeah. People that have Netflix probably don't have Apple. People that have Apple probably don't have Netflix. Netflix is kind of cool because they kind of are. What's that? They were running off Disney, not Disney, but what's the? They had another program that did. Had all this programming that they would play the day after it came out. I don't know. Anyway, they were really Hulu. The thing about them is that Hulu had all the Disney stuff, and I think Hulu was shut down. I think we talked about that last week that they're shutting Hulu down. But this here,
because they lost the deal. Everybody's got streaming services,
right? And that's kind of like
you don't need Hulu anymore.
And plus, if you have Netflix, chances are you have everything that was on Hulu anyway, because that's kind of their gig. It's hard to compete with the guy that, it's like trying to like start a new car company and compete with GM or whatever. There are only so many Teslas that come out and can come out there and beat them up. So anyway, by the way, this car crash happened the day Hulk Hogan died. That's an ironic thing. So he could have used, Hogan died. That's his excuse, and I was really upset. So anyway, there's this thing going on right now. Now at West Virginia, Harrisburg's Kevin Brown is going viral. So this guy here is a weightlifter. And says here in a clip that's gone viral on Instagram, over 26,000 likes, he squatted 655 pounds. That's crazy weight. He's probably lucky if he weighs 200. He's like an ant lifting 3 times his weight. I just thought that was really cool. He's a young kid too. I mean, can't be that old. It says he decommitted from Penn State November 18th, and I mean, it's kind of cool. That's a lot of. 655 pounds. He could lift. He could lift my Prius. Get a flat tire, have him in the car, have him lift up the car, hold the car up while you change the tire. All right. Pennsylvania has new license plates, and they're causing all kinds of confusion. Here's the reason why. See this? The license plate readers don't know if that's a 0 or if that's an 8.
That is interesting.
Yeah, they made a mistake. They shouldn't have done. Did we not have? We didn't have zeros before, did we? Or we didn't have?
I don't believe.
It's either we didn't have zeros or we didn't have O's. I don't remember which one it is, but one of those we didn't have before. So now I guess they wanted to have both. And now all the license plate readers, especially if you do the turnpike, they don't know who to charge. So that's an issue. And also, I found out that one of my favorite TV programs, is coming back. And I'm gonna sound like a geek when I tell you what it is. Battlebots. I love Battlebots. It's such a cool, violent show that nobody gets hurt. But that's coming back. The other day I was just like, wow, it's already March and Battlebots isn't even out yet. I wonder if they're done. And according to this article, they're not done. Did you ever watch it?
No.
I love that show. It's a stupid, brainless show. But these guys, these geeks, I watched it when it originally came out in the early 2000s. And they come out with these different robots. And the idea is you got to kill the other robot. And it's gotten so sophisticated now and complicated. They have these really crazy robots now. And now apparently you have a weight. If you're less weight than I don't know how many pounds you can make, but let's say you have 200 pounds you can make. If you make 3 machines and they equal 200 pounds, you can run them all together. Like I've seen people drive their machines and then have drones going with overhead and dropping fire and stuff on them or whatever. So it's pretty complicated now. I'm excited about it though, because they've come a long way, and it's no longer just like my favorite guy had this giant lawnmower that he put this blade on that was all it was 2 wheels and a giant blade. And it'd knock everybody out if it spun all the way up to speed. It would knock the other bot way across the arena. And it's just funny. So that was it's on its way back. So one of these days you have to catch it out. I think it's probably I don't remember what channel it's on. It doesn't say. But they have, if you look for BattleBots on YouTube, you can see what I'm talking about. It's pretty cool. You can see some pretty neat stuff. And now I'm going to turn the thing over to you.
All right. Well, I only have one thing to talk about.
Okay.
The Iran war.
Yeah. Whew. Let me go to that. I got an article I can bring up for it. Okay, where's it at? Thought I had it. Maybe I don't. The only thing I have, Iran closes oil port. No, wait a minute, that's not it. Oh, I'm surprised you don't have the shootout, the speedboat shootout. Cuba.
Yeah, I was going to do that, but...
I got Pakistan war. I
went against Afghanistan.
Iran is expected to be 4 to 5 weeks. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
that's
got it. Got it. Okay. All right, here we go. There we go. 6 service members killed since the war started. And what we know.
Yeah, it was all in one missile that hit a bunker.
So they did get a few of us, but I guess we got a whole lot more of them. We got their leader, didn't we?
We got Ayatollah Ali Khomeini.
That too, yeah. Bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the main idea, was to take him out. Now they're probably not sure how they're going to do things, because now.
There's a way to do it.
Okay.
This is what they do. In their constitution, they elect 3 men: the president, the head of the judiciary, and a member of the board of Assembly of Excellence.
Okay.
They put out nominations, and then the 88-member Assembly of Excellence votes on the nominees. So they were counting the votes today, and Israel bombed them and killed most of the 88.
Wow. Interesting.
So they postponed the vote, since most of the assembly is dead.
So do you think that the new regime is going to be easier to deal with?
No.
I was hoping you'd say yes, but that's sad. Says
Death to America, dude.
Yeah. It's so weird to think about, I guess they're not that big of a country either, right?
They're about twice the size of Texas.
Okay. So it says the United States and Israel hit thousands of targets inside Iran, continuing their joint campaign after they killed its supreme leader. Iran's Red Crescent said that more than 550 people were killed in the strikes. And it says Iran escalated attacks on Israel and targets across the Middle East, with 6 U.S. service members killed. Kuwait mistakenly downed 3 U.S. fighter jets. 11 people were killed in Israel, and deaths were reported in the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. And it says Iran-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon fired missiles at Israel, which responded with its own strikes. Dozens of people were killed. And it says the war won't be endless, according to Donald Trump. He says the U.S. operation is expected to last 4 to 5 weeks, but could go far longer. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said that the war in Iran will not be endless, and the U.S. goal is not regime change. And it says that Marco Rubio said today that Trump won't rule out anything, including using ground forces. And Tehran says no talks. Iran's top national security official vowed we will not negotiate with the United States after Trump said Iranian officials do want to talk with the U.S. and are talking. I don't know. The price of oil has risen sharply. Companies are scrambling to evacuate their citizens from Gulf states under attack from Iran amid widespread flight cancellations and airport closures. So there you go.
Well, there's 750 tankers, oil tankers, that are stuck in the Persian Gulf, Persian Gulf, and 750 tankers that are stuck in the Gulf of Oman because they can't get through the Strait of Hormuz because of Iran. They will attack. And they're not going through because they don't have the appropriate insurance.
Wow.
So they're sitting there.
Wow.
Filled tankers and empty tankers. Most of the oil coming out of the Persian Gulf goes to Asia, Europe and Asia.
Okay.
China gets 35% of its oil from the Persian Gulf.
Wow.
They're going to be hurting if this goes on much longer. However, the Iranian Navy had 11 ships. They're all sitting at the bottom of the Persian Gulf.
Ah. Yeah, that's going to probably be unless they're submarines, a problem.
Submarines are sitting down there too.
Oh man, that's crazy stuff.
So this is what happened at the start. Let me read this to you.
Yeah.
The war started at 1:15 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 9:45 a.m. local time in Iran. Israeli calls the operation the Roar of the Lion, and the USA called their op Epic Fury. Iran was caught by surprise because they never believed this war would start in broad daylight.
Oh, really?
Israel, yes. Most of the time, the United States strikes around 4 a.m. That's when I was in the military, that's when I had to be awake.
Real? Oh, wow.
By 4 a.m., yeah. Because that's when most people attack. Iran was caught by surprise. USA and Israel usually starts a military campaign at night. This happened because Iranian leadership was congregating in one place. The CIA and Mossad were tracking the leadership and the supreme leaders' plans for months. Allies knew where and when they would gather. So they had people in place, and they knew when they were going to gather. And the strike was guided by that information. So the time on target was 9:45. Israel and the United States coordinated Tomahawk missiles, bombers, fighter jets, all to attack targets at 9:45. At 9:45, they'd all hit their targets.
Wow.
They bombed the building. B-52s, no, I'm sorry. B-2s, bombed the building that the Ayatollah was in with 40 of his closest advisors.
Wow.
All of them are dead, every single one of them.
Poor guys.
They cut the head off the leadership.
I'll tell you what, they weren't playing games. They were serious about it.
They were very serious about it. This is what they did. They had their top ministers, Israel, quit talking about the war. They cut their aides out of their communication.
Wow.
Right? Their aides didn't go to meetings anymore. They didn't get any information. They were trying to limit anything leaking. The ministers were told not to shop at the local markets because they were going to be stuck in their offices over the weekend. Right? They were told not to park at the same place at the defense ministry. They were to hide their cars and walk.
Wow.
Then Nayu's chief of staff was sent home for the weekend because the Iranians were watching the chief of staff.
Wow.
They did this on Shabbat, which is their Sunday.
Interesting.
It's a Saturday because the people were home. No kids were in school. No adults at work. There was fasting going on. And Israel doesn't do much at all on Shabbat.
Okay.
Right? They also had U.S. F-22s land on the Southern Air Force Base in a maintenance formation. So Iran thought that they were just there for maintenance. The attack aircraft came from northern Air Force bases. They attacked from the north, not from the south.
Okay.
Munitions were loaded in the middle of the night, and the jets were moved in the middle of the night.
Wow.
And Marco Rubio was scheduled to visit Israel after Shabbat. Right?
Wow.
So in other words, Iran could not believe that they were going to attack on Saturday morning, February 28th. Right? And Trump played along because he kept saying, they want a deal. They want a deal. Iran wants a deal. We're going to keep negotiating. He kept it going until to February 28th, when they knew this meeting was going to take place.
Okay. Well,
so the U.S. bombed the building, right? With bunker-busting bombs.
Wow.
That went through 100 meters down to the bunkers and blew up underneath the building. It went through 6 stories of reinforced concrete into the bunkers and blew up from the inside out. No way anybody could survive.
Wow.
So the start of the war was with Tomahawk cruise missiles from the submarines and the destroyers from both aircraft carrier groups. They used stealth F-22s and F-35s. They're 15 fighters that can take out air defenses because they're stealth. So that the F-18s and F-16s, which are fourth generator fires that are not stealth, could engage targets. So 4 B-2A bombers flew from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. Flew for 36 to 37 hours round trip to drop these bunker-busting bombs on the Ayatollah's enclave.
Jeez.
The reason that it took 36, 37 hours is because the British refused to allow the U.S. to use Gallega Garcia for forward positioning because they were scared of Iran attacking them.
Wow.
So F-22s fled escort. They used refueling tankers, and bunker busting bombs carried 700 pounds of TNT each.
Wow.
So no one survived.
That's crazy. You know, we don't really know that. I mean, I've never been in the military, so I would never even know where to think about talking about this kind of stuff. It's just so much over my head. And I just am amazed.
Well, they use a thing called time on target.
Okay.
And then you chart back from that when each plane is going to take off, so that everybody arrives at their target at the same exact moment.
Wow.
The coordination is incredible.
I guess it gives them gives something to train about.
Well, the training is intense. There's nobody that can do what we do.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody has the military whip. Now, Israel flew over 700 sorties in the first day and a half. That's more than they flew in the whole 12-day war in June of 25. All right, so now they've established air dominance. They've blown up every plane and every missile defense system.
Wow.
So they can fly without being contested. Right? And so Israel's now chasing down government officials and IRGC officials. Right? They fired over 200 missiles into Israel, but Israel has fired over 2,000 missiles into Iran. Now, they got radar from China that can detect the F-35s and F-22 stealth fighters. But you know what they do when they detect them? They blow up.
Wow.
So Russian models are much better. No one's lining up for China's tech anymore.
That's just insane. That's just insane. I mean, I don't really think, when I think of China, I think of, electronics. I think of consumer goods. I don't really think of that kind of the it's so weird to think that we buy so much stuff from them and they hate us, and that they're aligned with Iraq. I mean, it's insane to me.
Both Russia and China are losing an important country in Iran.
Now, do you think that maybe Russia's going to step in now and make a power play of some sort?
No, because they don't have they're totally committed to their war in Ukraine.
Okay.
They really don't have the asset. Now, China does have the asset, but they're kind of scared of the United States military.
Good. Let's keep them that way.
So Iran has retaliated. They put drones and missiles into 8 countries: Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Iraq, Syria, Jordan, the UAE, and Qatar. And these countries are mad as hell at Iran because they're not just firing at U.S. military targets, because we have bases in all these countries.
Yeah.
All right. They're not just firing at the military. They're doing civilian targets too. They're aiming at cartel. They're aiming at hotels and shopping centers.
Jeez. Oh.
Now the 6 people that died and the 18 people that were injured.
Yeah.
Was at a military base in Kuwait. Iran happened to hit the bunker by accident. I mean, their aim is terrible.
Well, that's good.
They hit them by. Kuwait also shot down 3 F-15E Strike Eagles that were flying home from a sortie over Iran.
Now, Kuwait, according to this map here, Kuwait don't look that big. Is Kuwait really that small?
Kuwait is not that big.
And why?
And it's one of the most friendly to the United States in the Middle East.
So here now I never really thought about where everything is. Now I'm looking and seeing where everything is. So we got Saudi Arabia here, fairly big. Now where do they stand on this whole thing?
They didn't want to help the United States at first, but now they're helping to bomb Iran.
Okay.
Iran has made enemies of everybody in the Middle East. They don't seem to care, though.
Right.
Something's beeping.
Yeah, PA doctor that I need to talk to is calling. I don't know if I probably could get it. Let me. I don't know how to get it. How do I get it? Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? This is Mike Trash. How you doing? Hello. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I'm here. Yes.
Okay. Can I call you back tomorrow?
Sure.
I'm doing a radio show right now. You're live on the air.
No.
Or call you after 10?
How about later than I call you back?
What's that?
Yeah, I can call tomorrow.
Okay, cool. I'll talk to you then.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Bye. Doug, you there? Doug.
Yeah, I lost you.
I know you did, because the person I got, this guy, I've been waiting for a phone call from him for 2 days. He's a doctor, and I need a doctor for our show at the end of the month on the 28th. And I'm hoping he can help me because I'm running out of doctors. I need a doctor. Anyway, so, all right. So, yeah, you were saying about the, go ahead. You were saying, we were talking about that Saudi Arabia didn't want to be involved, and now they do, and all that.
Because they've killed some people in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
With their cruise missiles.
Now, where's Jordan stand in this? They're anti-Iraq.
Jordan is helping us.
Is helping us? Okay.
Right. They're helping Israel and us.
So basically, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, is Bahrain also against us?
No, right now, all those countries that I named are for us. They're not willing to help us.
But they,
not
yeah.
all of them.
But at least they're not against
us.
That's a good thing. Yes.
Iran stands alone.
Yes. Yeah. Well.
And Israel and the United States are doing joint missions.
Okay.
We're joined at the hip with Israel.
Okay.
They've been coordinating for over a month and a half.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So Israel takes certain targets, U.S. takes certain targets. Each one has an area of operation. They don't conflict with each other.
Okay.
Israel is trying to cut the head off of the leadership. The United States is trying to take all the missile launchers. It's going to take another 2 or 3 days, maybe a week, to get all the missile launchers down. Because Iran comes with a mobile missile launcher, fires, and then goes and hides. So we've got to find them and blow them up.
Wow. Can we see them with our satellites?
Yeah, we find them with our sensors. We've got planes that sit high in the air. We have drones, Predator drones that can fly for 24 hours before having to come back and refuel. And we see them, but our fighter jets may not be near enough to get them before they go and hide.
Wow. I mean, I guess there is a little lag
so
there.
Melting.
Yeah, a little lag there, I think, in what we're looking at, too. I don't know how much lag there is, but there's probably some lag in that when we...
There's some lag.
Yeah. And I didn't realize, I'm looking at this picture here, I'm also looking, and Israel is a really small country.
Israel's small.
I didn't realize how small it is compared to Iraq and Iran, and I guess it's around the same size as Kuwait, because that looks like a small one, but yeah, I'm surprised it's that small. All those people are fighting over that.
Fighting over Iran.
Jeez.
You know the two best armies in the world right now, the two best militaries?
Who?
Israel and the United States.
Okay. That's probably because...
China's trying to be number one.
Okay.
But right now, it's Israel and the United States.
But, I mean, who does China fight?
China wants to take Taiwan, and they want to fight the United States.
Oh. That we should tell them, give them a history story about Japan. Send them pictures. Do you want this to be you? Do they have missiles? Do they have the...
Yes.
They do, okay.
But they gave them their best radar, and they detected F-35 stealth fighters, but they blow up when they detect them. Nobody shoots them. They just blow up.
Wow. That doesn't sound like a good way to build something.
That's the best China has to offer.
Yeah, I mean, a company or a country that's that tech, does that much tech stuff, can't even do it right. That's sad. I mean, I'm glad they can't do it right. Oh, man. That's sad. I just don't. I just wish the world could get along. Wish everybody would get along. I don't care if we don't even get along, but kill each other. I hate the killing part. You know, if you don't get along with your neighbor, just ignore them. Just stay away from them. It doesn't work in real life. It doesn't work in our communities, yet I want the world to do it. You know, it'd be nice to not have to worry about, are we going to lose more of our people? Are we going to kill people? I just, that part really bothers me a lot. That you know, we've gone a couple of years without seeing a lot of action. I mean, we've obviously been involved in things that we probably didn't even know we were involved in, but this is a scary time. I mean, if things don't go our way, it could hurt a lot of people. And even if it goes our way, it still could hurt a lot of people, not even our people, but people. You know, I hate the idea of war.
We are scared of what Iran could do with sleeper cells.
Yeah, that
there
too.
There could be sleeper cells in the United States.
And that bothers me too, because, you know, look at 9/11.
That's what stopped all the other presidents that have this 35, 40-year problem with Iran.
Yeah.
Because they were scared of the sleeper cells.
Yeah.
Trump is not.
No, he's not, and that scares me even more. That's a little arrogant to not be afraid. You know?
But somebody has to stop Iran. If they have a nuke, they'll use it.
And who?
These mullahs are crazy.
So who do we hate more, Iran or Iraq?
Iran. Iraq's on our side.
Oh, Iraq's on our side. Oh, so that's why they're yellow. Okay, all the yellow ones
That's
are.
right.
Okay, that makes
Our
sense.
side.
Okay, that
And
makes
Iran is black.
So they're by
Iran
them.
is black.
So they're but they're by themselves fighting this war. Now, where is who's Israel with? Who's Israel against? Pakistan?
Israel and the United States Israel and the United States are fighting Iran.
Iran. Oh,
Pakistan,
Iran. Okay. All right. So that
Pakistan is Afghanistan against Pakistan.
and they're not on this map. Okay.
They're not on that map.
Okay. So this guy is taking on all of us over here.
Yes.
They got a pretty big country, though, considering. I mean, it's just as big as, well, Saudi Arabia is about almost the same size, but
Well,
that's,
Iran is said to be twice the size of Texas.
yeah.
And so to hit all the targets, they've hit over 2,090 targets. It's a big country.
Yeah, it is. Wow. I don't know. I don't want to see another war in my lifetime. I just am,
Well, we're in one.
At least we're not in it directly, but still. I mean,
No ground troops yet.
Yeah, that's interesting too. I mean, we're fighting a war without boots on the ground at this point.
Well, Trump has said there wouldn't be troops on the ground.
But he also said that there may be some. It depends.
He also campaigned on no wars.
Yeah, but last time he stopped all the wars that were going on when he came in. So it's only fair that he can start one now. I guess technically we started it, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we started it. Look, we were going to get hammered anyhow.
Yeah.
Because Iran was going to do that.
Do they really think
we
that,
just started it before they started?
Do you think that they really think that they're out technically out better than us? Do you really think they could have beat? Do you think they really think they could have beat us?
No, but what they're trying to do is piss off all the other countries so that they would fight against the United States.
Wow.
But it didn't work. It didn't work.
Wow. Man,
they're trying to intimidate us by killing our servicemen.
Yeah.
And killing civilians with their cruise missiles and their drones. We've got to stop. We got to stop them from using their cruise missiles and drones. So we've got to destroy. They have between 2,000 and 3,500 cruise missiles.
Wow.
They have the biggest supply of cruise missiles outside of the United States, China, and Russia.
Wow.
They've been selling drones to Russia to use against Ukraine.
That's,
They have so many drones and so many cruise missiles. This could go on for weeks.
Yeah.
So we got to take out their launchers.
Do you think it's
and
going to
blow up their storage facilities?
Do you think we're going to be able to do this? Do you think that, or is
Yes.
it just going to be a bunch of terrorists coming and attacking us?
Well,
they don't have the manpower.
In Texas, there was a terrorist that went into that bar and killed about 7 to 8 people. Do you have an article on that?
I might. Let me see here. Let me take a look at that and see if that's one of the ones I got. I saw that article too, and I don't know that let me see what I did with that. If I did that, I think I didn't put it in that. Let me see if it's in the other segment. Oh, here's another. Oh, this is an article I missed. Okay, this is the other article that basically what we talked about. I had it in the wrong side. It says here, Khomeini killed in strikes, and it talks about 7,000 civilians were. Is it the Austin shooting?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I do have that. It says, let me pull that up here. Well, I think that's a press conference. Yeah, it's a press conference. That's not what we want. Okay, so it says a gunman killed at least 2 people and wounded 14 others when he opened fire outside a bar in Austin, Texas. The FBI said there were possible indications of terrorism. Motive has not been publicly identified as of this writing. Now, what day was that? What day was that happening?
I think it was Saturday.
So that's before we attacked?
No, it was after.
Oh, was it? Okay. Oh, okay. We attacked Saturday. Okay.
We attacked Saturday
in the morning.
At 1:15 a.m. our time.
Okay, so, okay. It says here, a motive has not been publicly identified as of this writing. One law enforcement official said the Associated Press said the suspect was a 53-year-old naturalized U.S. citizen born in Senegal, wearing a sweatshirt that said "Property of Allah" and a T-shirt with an Iranian flag. Authorities said the shooter drove around the neighborhood multiple times in an SUV before firing out the window at people outside the Buford's bar on Austin's West 6th Street. He then parked the car nearby and began shooting pedestrians. Police quickly intervened, killing the suspect. Medics were on the scene within 57 seconds of receiving the first 911 call at 1:59 a.m. 2 weapons were used, a pistol and a rifle. Wow. That's insane.
And he had a Quran in his car.
Yep.
So this is pretty much a terrorist.
Yeah, I mean,
terrorist attack.
He did it basically around the time we attacked, I guess. What time did you say we attacked?
Sure. 1:15 a.m. on Saturday.
And his was at.
Now that's our time.
Yeah.
That was 9:45 Iran time.
But this guy attacked at 1:59 a.m.
Yep, right after the one.
So he knew it was there. He knew it happened. I would imagine. But at least he got killed. At least he. I guess he gets 57 virgins or whatever. What are they? No, that's not them though. They don't
72.
They get
72 virgins, but they're goats.
Oh well, yeah.
They think they're women, but they get goats.
Oh man.
Allah never said it wasn't goats. So
there you go. That's crazy stuff. Oh man. This world's really, I think how far we've come between, like, I was thinking about, I started watching Grey's Anatomy because it's one of the only medical shows that I haven't watched yet. And it's funny because I'm on season 2, so it's like 2001, and they all have pagers. And I'm thinking, nobody uses pagers anymore.
Right.
If you're a drug dealer, you might use pages. But, it's just funny seeing these things thinking that was high tech. I mean, even way back then. And so it's just really bizarre thinking about that kind of stuff. But anyway, I wonder, I don't know. I just hope that we can get this over with and just not have to worry about this. I just don't want to drag it out. But you're right. The sleeper cells are here. There's nothing we can do about that.
And they're in Europe.
Yeah.
And Europe's scared of them.
Right.
That's why they don't want to get involved. Yeah. Most of Europe refused to help the United States.
Yeah. Well,
we have 40,000 troops in the yellow area. Different bases in different countries. We evacuated all the families and all non-essential persons. We flew them out back to the United States.
Wow.
So we have only skeleton crews so that when they bomb, they don't get as many people.
Oh man, it scares me what we're headed for. I really hope it doesn't go this way, or go as bad as it could go. But
well, if a sleeper cell hits, Trump's going to lose his approval.
Yeah. Well, it's guaranteed to happen. It really is guaranteed. Maybe it's just how big of one it's going to be. How big is it going to be? Is it going to be, like this guy here wasn't very successful because he killed two people?
He's a lone wolf.
Yeah.
He's a lone wolf. That's the hardest to stop.
Yeah. But it opens the eyes.
Radicalized.
It opens the eyes. It opens the eyes of people, though.
Yeah, it does.
And if this is just one guy, just imagine, like, if they have this planned right, there could be airplanes going down. There could be anything. That just is not a pleasant thought. But who knows? I guess we're going to find out in the next couple.
Now, Israel's taken it pretty hard because they've killed 16 to 18 Israelis so far.
Jeez.
Injured a bunch of them with missiles being launched into Israel.
Yeah.
See, we have these service air missile defenses, Patriots and THAADs, and they have David Darrow and two or three other missile defense systems, but they can't get them all. Some of these cruise missiles and drones get through. So, and here's the problem. One last thing I want to add here.
Yeah.
Conflict exposed that America's missile defense we have people with storage, and we have been running through Patriots and THAAD missiles. We're running low. We're taking them from Europe, and we're taking them from the Pacific because we don't have enough. Our manufacturing is not on a war footing, so they're only running like one scheduled shift a day, instead of running 3 shifts and putting out 3 times as much. And you can't just turn this around overnight.
Yeah, right. Wow.
So we're running low on Patriots and THAADs.
Okay.
Iran's counting on that.
Yeah. Well, we just got to wait and see.
We got to wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, we can't
Trump
really...
has said that it's going to take 4 to 5 weeks of constant bombing, and it's going to hopefully no boots on the ground.
Right.
The objective is to take care of all the missiles, destroy the nukes, make sure that the proxies don't get in, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, stay quiet and stop funding them. But it's not regime change.
Right.
Israel wants regime change. Trump does not. He doesn't want to get involved in regime change.
But why doesn't he want? I mean, maybe we can get someone there that actually likes us.
Because he ran on us.
Yeah.
He ran on not doing regime change. And so he's doing regime change, but he's saying he's not.
Right.
It's all politics.
Ugh.
Because his right base doesn't want this war to happen.
Right.
A section of the base doesn't want this war to happen. And so he's got to placate the base. And so he says it's not about regime change, but it is. There is a prince, the son of the Shah, that the Shah was running the country 40 years ago, and his son is ready to take over. But they've got to get the military out of the way and the mullahs out of the way, the clerks out of the way.
Yeah.
For him to take over. And that's going to take a long time.
Yeah, apparently.
And Israel's prepared to go it alone. If we quit in 4 to 5 weeks, Israel's ready to go it alone. Because they want regime change.
Yeah. Ah, man, that scares me on Israel's part. That I mean, you can believe in your God all you want, but when you're talking about major power, I don't know.
See, and if there's not regime change in 5 years, we're going to be back doing this again.
Right. Is it ever going to stop? What's it going to?
It's never going to stop.
What's going to?
These mullahs are crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but there's got to be a solution. There's got to be something that we can. That there's got to be some way somewhere. I don't know. I just don't.
Well, we've asked the people of Iran to stand up and do everything they can do to help overthrow the mullahs. The trouble is, the military has the guns, not the people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an issue.
Big issue.
I don't know.
So we're involved in this.
What they need some coffee. The brand that I dance for.
These religious zealots are demonic.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
I believe that. That's that's scary. Well, hopefully that they'll work out in the way that we're anticipating, and we're gonna be able to forget about it soon, because that's not good for my mojo. You know, the unknown really is not healthy for any of us.
Well, tomorrow I'm driving 8 hours, and my family said I can't listen to the news.
Yeah,
I've been listening to the news since Saturday all day.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. No news is good news.
I got to take a day off.
Yes.
I couldn't do it before the radio show, but I'm taking tomorrow.
I don't blame you. I really don't. You know, I did a little, catching up because I didn't know what was going on, and because I've been running around like crazy lately, and when I started seeing this stuff, I was like, oh, geez, this is a lot of crap that I really didn't want to see happen, but, what can you do?
Well, I'm on YouTube because I found guys that explain what's going on.
Well, that's good.
So I'm watching 6 or 7 YouTube guys, plus News Nation, trying to get the facts.
Yeah. Well,
so I know what I'm talking about.
You had some good stuff there, because I didn't know a lot of this stuff, and I'm glad I pulled this article up, and I'm glad it showed the map so I could figure out where everybody was, because I never really envisioned where everything is. Now it makes sense to me.
And most Americans have no idea.
No, I had no idea. So, all right. Anything
Let's get on to something happy, Mike.
All right. Well, this isn't really happy, but it's a good article. So when I went down to do my great dance-off, this is kind of cool. I really thought this was really exciting. You know who Live Nation is, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when I got there, the place where they have an area called a holding area. That's where everyone goes, and they consolidate everyone so you know that all your talent's there, and then they pull them away one at a time, or 2 at a time, or whatever it is for each scene, and they all depart to their locations. Like they were shooting at a warehouse for me, and they shot at I don't know where else they probably they probably went to an arena for some of the guys because they were fans and all that. So the place they sent us to was called Bowling something. I don't remember what the name of the place was, but it also they have concerts there, and they have a 12-lane bowling alley. So the place is like, it's in an old neighborhood, an older neighborhood. It's next door to a casino, Three Rivers Casino. But this place here was a bowling alley, and upstairs they have pretty big concerts. And I noticed that they were owned by Live Nation. And next door, they have Live Nation arena. I don't know if it's an arena or at least a concert venue. And then they across the street from there, they have a Giggles or something like that, a comedy club, also owned by Live Nation. And I figured out Live Nation owns that whole block basically, and they own their own parking area and all that stuff. So that's kind of cool. But the reason I'm telling you that is Live Nation is under a lawsuit right now, and it says Concert Colossus in court. Opening statements today began in federal antitrust trial against Live Nation. The Justice Department, 39 states, and the District of Columbia allege that the entertainment giant pressured venues and artists into exclusive deals, stifling competition and driving up ticket prices. This is something that people like who's the girl that's hanging out with the one football player?
Taylor Swift.
Like Taylor Swift is fighting these guys because they screw people out of money basically, and now they're the only game in town because Ticketmaster merged with them. So Live Nation is now Live Nation and Ticketmaster. Well, I guess they're just called Live Nation now. Anyway. Founded in '96 as a concert promoter and venue operator, Live Nation expanded into ticket sales after a $2.5 billion merger with Ticketmaster in 2010. The Department of Justice approved the deal on a condition that Live Nation not force venues to use its ticketing prices or ticketing services. For example, that Live Nation diverted tours from New York's Barclays Center after it briefly left Ticketmaster for SeatGeek in 2021. Live Nation denies that accusation. If the Department of Justice prevails, consumers may be entitled to damages, and Live Nation and Ticketmaster could be split up again. The combined company reported roughly $25 billion in revenue last year, hosting 55,000 events and selling 646 million tickets worldwide. So, Live Nation.
They can charge anything. They can charge anything they want.
That's right, and that's why things are out of control. That's why you're paying $300 to see Springsteen or whoever you're going to see. There are no cheap tickets for anything anymore because they're the only game in town, really. So they make their money, and because they're the promoter.
I wanted to see Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Yeah.
And the tickets were incredibly expensive.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay.
And it was just at a local casino in Cincinnati.
It's insane. And because
it wasn't even a big venue.
Yeah. Well, those are the ones that are even worse because you have limited seats. So, I mean, I won't pay that kind of money for tickets. I felt bad.
No, I won't either. I
paid, I think, $45 a ticket for Kiss tickets from somebody who had them and couldn't go. So I got them. I stole those tickets. They were a good deal, and that was a good concert. But I mean, the thing is, when you don't have any competition, you can charge whatever you want, and that's what this lawsuit's about. Because they're charging so much money for tickets. When we had those City Island concerts, they had some pretty big names, and you weren't paying an arm and a leg to go see Metallica or any of those other guys, Def Leppard and all them guys that came to Harrisburg City Island. I mean, but if you were to do that today, that same thing, that same concert would probably cost you $1,000 or more because they have the power. So that's what this lawsuit's all about. So we'll see what happens. We'll see.
Antitrust.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just insane that they can actually get away with that stuff, and I guess they're not going to get away with it if if the DOJ is that adamant about getting them to step up and stop charging that kind of stuff. And it's weird because it in one sense it's bad because you're forced to pay so much money, and it's bad because they charge so much. But the other thing is, we're in America where you're supposed to be able to make money. But, I just think they don't even know what making money is, because they're trying to get as much as they can and screw everybody out of their money. So, because they don't need to make that much money on those things. That's just insane. So, all right, so let's kill this Khomeini thing, because we're done with that. And, well, there was one other thing in that file I wanted to talk about. What was it? Oh, so the other day I was going through and I just ran across, now you know that the Ford Lightning was a pickup that was electric, right?
Okay.
And they decided that they decided not to make them anymore. And so their truck that was the best-selling truck that they had, the Lightning, they pulled off the market. Well, I saw a video the other day saying, no, the reason we did that was we wanted to re-engineer that because we saw everybody wants one major thing out of their electric vehicles. What do you think it is?
Distance?
Yeah, it's range. And they're the truck got like 250 to 300 miles to the charge. They weren't happy with that. They want to put out a new truck with new batteries, and those new SSD batteries are going to be the hot thing. So they decided they were going to stop selling the Lightning, and they were going to retool the whole Lightning, and they're going to come out with a truck that's going to be better than the Lightning at a cheaper price. The Lightning is basically what they said. So I'm anxious to see what they were. I mean, I was looking at the Lightning. I looked at the Lightning before I bought my car, and it was on the table. I thought about it, and I also thought about the Silverado had an electric truck that had 500 miles to the charge, but I decided I wanted the free charging that I got for my car, and I got the basically.
How can the Silverado get 500 when the Ford only gets 250 to 300?
Because
they have an SSD battery?
No, they have. Okay, so my battery's 100 kilowatts. Okay, so what they did was they put 250 kilowatts in the Silverado. That's how they got that kind of mileage. Because the Silverado is also a lot heavier. It's like 9,000 pounds for that truck. So
is it diesel?
No, it's electric.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's a diesel electric. No,
but the electric can handle that kind of weight.
Yeah. But the thing is, if they cut it down to, say they put it out for 150 kilowatts instead of 250 kilowatts, they probably would have gotten decent mileage probably would have got, instead of 500, they probably would have got 4, maybe high 3s, 400. But they wanted to be the best performer or the best range that there was. But keep in mind that when you have a truck like that, you also have to wait a lot longer for it to be charged. So most people, when I'm on a trip, I got to stop every 3 hours because I'm getting old and can't hold it for much longer than that. So 3 hours is good for me. And, if I go 4 hours, okay, that's okay too. But, I love the idea of 500 miles to the charge, and the Aptera just released their first car today, and that gets 1,000 miles to the charge, and I would take one of those. But keep in mind that 1,000 miles only uses an 80 kilowatt battery. The reason it gets that kind of mileage is it's engineered for next to no resistance against it. It's a plane. It's basically a plane on wheels. So I'm still thinking of getting one of those when they come out because I'd like to have one. That'd be nice to be able to drive back and forth to New Jersey on one charge and then have to do, we have to do it a couple times. Yeah, do it a couple times. I won't mind paying for, power for that if it's getting me 1,000 miles to the charge, and it's only a 100 kilowatt battery. So the efficiency is everything on those things. So I don't know, but that's the thing with I want to see the Lightning end up doing what they're saying, because if they end up doing that, man, that could be a really, really cool truck, and I don't see why they couldn't do that. It says here, Ford to follow Tesla Cybertruck with an electrical tech in new EV pickup. They're betting $5 billion on that truck. So we'll see if that, and they're saying that Ford will start its next generation of EVs at $30,000 for a small pickup truck in 2027. That is really, that's the sweet spot. People want to buy a truck. You could buy a lot more if they're $30,000. Tesla proved that with their cars. Their Model S or their Model Y is about 44, and the Model 3 is about 35. So that's a sweet spot. That's how they sold so many trucks or so many cars. So we'll see if they're going to do it that way. But it sounds like they pulled the plug on that one, so to speak, because they wanted to make it more efficient. And it could be, it's exciting to me. The thing that would still be more exciting to me is if they had the Tesla's full self-driving, because to me that's the main reason I stayed with Tesla, is I wanted the full self-driving, and to me that's the coup de grace. So I'm all about that. That tech is great, especially when you're driving as much as I get to drive lately. All right, the next thing I got, wanted to say that one because that was a big one that I wanted to cover. We can kill this too because we talked about that. And I'll talk about this one. I think I started talking about this, but we never really talked about it. Trump's new Air Force One gets red, white, and blue and gold color scheme. So it's kind of neat but I don't know if he did that with his plane or if he did that.
No, I think he did it with the one Qatar gave him.
Okay. All right. It says he'll be flying in jets with distinctive new exterior color schemes of red, white, dark blue, and gold, changed from the white and two-tone blue livery dating back to the Kennedys. See here. That was announced on February 17th. He sought to redesign the first term in 2018, but he said he wanted more patriotic red, white, and blue colors instead of the baby blue on the jets. So basically looking like this, I'm guessing. So because that's what it looks like there, baby blue. So it could be actually pretty good. Oh, here we go. There we go. It's about the same length. It's an inch longer. It's got to be longer because he got to have the longest one. The length is,
of course. It's all about the size, Mike. It's all about.
That's what I'm told. So it looks like it's going to be a nice little plane. But boy, I'll tell you what, he's putting a lot of money into that. I guess he's got to, because if when he makes his third term, he's going to need a better flight to go on. 18-year-old arrested for carrying a loaded shotgun towards the U.S. Capitol. Police have not provided a motive. So this guy here decided.
He's lucky.
Yeah. Why would
lucky he didn't get shot?
I just don't understand people. Do they want to get shot? I can't. 18 years old. Why would you do that? I don't know. I don't get it. Seems to be a lot of young kids there.
Crazy as the most.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand. I always had my love for life, and if you don't love life. Okay, Clinton denies knowledge of Epstein crimes in the House deposition. House Oversight Committee members deposed former President Bill Clinton behind closed doors about his ties with late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Clinton said he flew on Epstein's plane in the early 2000s, but never really visited his island. Files from the Epstein probes include photos of Clinton, but do not suggest wrongdoing. Clinton is the first current or former president deposed by Congress since Gerald Ford testified in 1983 about the Constitution bicentennial planning. So, I think that's a good thing that he's in there and out.
Well, there was no evidence against Clinton.
Right. Beastie Boys making an announcement. I thought that was the other band, by the way. Maybe that was the other band. I thought it was... Nope. Okay. Beastie Boys are releasing a deluxe issue of the 2004 album, To the Five Boroughs. You can choose 5 different formats of physical media, 3 LPs or 2 CDs. You can expect 11 bonus tracks, including remixes and B-sides. The reissue will be available April 17th, and you can pre-order it today. So, if you're a Beastie Boys fan, I'm not really, but, I don't dislike them. I just think they're okay. It's not really my cup of tea. But, yeah, Beastie Boys. Okay, I said about the Battlebots, so that's done. And that one is another. Okay, kill that, kill this. Okay, this is interesting. A wife whose husband of 10 years texted, "I love you," minutes before a deadly plane crash files a lawsuit. This is a really strange story. So 3 pilots, 12 people on the ground died in November 2025 because of a crash. Now here's the information. On February 28th, representatives for the widow of the pilot who died in the UPS cargo plane crash in Kentucky filed a wrongful death lawsuit. The complaint was filed against 3 companies associated with the aircraft. Safety is our first priority, and we're supporting the NTSB's investigation. GE Aerospace tells People in a statement. The widow of one of the 3 pilots who died in the U.S. cargo plane crash in Kentucky last November filed that lawsuit. And it says here, against the companies affiliated with the Boeing MD-11F aircraft. On February 25th, the lawyers representing Donna Diamond, the wife of the late Captain Dana Diamond, filed a complaint against Boeing Company, the maker of the plane, General Electric Company, the manufacturer of the engine, and VT San Antonio Aerospace. I keep wanting to say Aerosmith, which serviced the plane in weeks before the crash, according to the documents. The complaint was filed with the Jefferson Circuit Court in Kentucky, and it makes claims that the wrongful death, negligence, loss of consortium, and associated damages of the 3 companies after Dana, a 62-year-old pilot, died in the crash. On November 4th, UPS Flight 2976 was rising into the sky at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport when its left engine and pylon separated from the wing and fire erupted. A plane careened back towards the ground and crashed in a massive explosion, killing Dana, who was serving as the international relief officer on the flight. The other 2 crew members on board, Captain Richard Wartenberg, 57, and First Officer Lee Truitt, 45 in total. In total, 12 bystanders in the area died of their injuries. A preliminary report from the National Transport Safety Board concluded that the 34-year-old aircraft never made it higher than 30 feet above the ground, and also determined that the plane had several fatigue cracks or fractures. When the engine separates from the wing seconds after takeoff, that's not an accident, according to the lead attorney, Mark Lanier, who's representing Donna. That's a failure by companies responsible for the building and maintaining that aircraft. In a statement from GE base, the company expressed its condolences to the families and the victims. We're deeply saddened by the loss of UPS Flight 2976, the company told in a statement. We extend our heartfelt sympathies to the families and the loved ones of those impacted. Safety is our first priority, and we're supporting the NTSB's investigation. In a separate statement, a Boeing spokesperson also extended their deepest condolences to the families and friends of those who lost their lives. I remember that. I remember when that, because that was like, they went up and it just went back down, basically. That was a pretty wild explosion and stuff. So, in the suit, the Diamonds were married for 10 years, as described, a happy married couple before the deadly crash. Tragically, Donna would never see her husband alive that day. And even more tragic, the defendants could have been prevented Dana's suffering and death with simple honesty and a little bit of care, but they didn't. And Dana first joined UPS in 1988, and by October 2025, he was the most senior pilot of MD-11s for the company. He was a leadership role in the Independent Pilots Association for years and served as commissioner and chief of Bastrop County Emergency Services. Dana later trained more than 1,000 aircraft rescue fighters, loved ones previously. He was a champion for safety, and so basically, I don't know what she's going to get out of it. I'm sure he's going to get something out of it, but you never know with a thing like that. I mean, that was a pretty devastating crash. So.
Yeah, all those bystanders on the ground.
Yeah. That was that. I don't know. At least you know that they didn't suffer. They went down and boom, they were done. I'd hate to think I was suffering. Separately, Scouting America, formerly the Boy Scouts of America, agreed to end diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives to maintain support from the Department of Defense. A military service badge will replace the one focused on DEI and ethical leadership. Kids must also use their sex assigned at birth to apply to the programs. So Boy Scouts of America is no more. It's now called Scouting America. So you got to be either a boy or a girl, though. You can't be trans. I think in a way,
if trans would use their birth as proof to get in.
Okay.
But if you're trans, you have to deny what you believe to be true.
Right.
And I mean, they got to deny what they believe.
Yeah. I mean, my thoughts on that are generally that at the age that you start Boy Scouts, or now called the Scouting America, they're trying to integrate girls and boys together, which they already did anyway. The Boy Scouts of America, you could still be a girl and join now lately. I mean, last dozen years or whatever it's been, they've opened it up. And I thought that was kind of strange that you would still call it the Boy Scouts of America, which they aren't now, I guess. So I don't know. I think that I've mixed feelings on this, because I thought that the Boy Scouts of America, I mean, the Girl Scouts, they teach them things relative to girls, and I'm sure they cover health issues and stuff like that.
Pregnancy.
Right, and Boy Scouts of America were mainly things that that boys do, but I mean, not that women would be excluded, but I thought the idea was to have a fellowship of people that you're going, friends for your male friends, or if you're in the Girl Scouts to bond with women. You know, the thing about making it together, I mean, when you're going to have a different, you can't, it's a different mindset, I think. I mean, I might be wrong about that, but I kind of think that they probably should keep them separate when it's
Separated.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm just being old-fashioned there, but I think that the idea of the Boy Scouts was going out and bonding.
It comes along with protecting women.
Right. Yes.
You know, I'm not anti-trans, but I don't want trans in sports.
Yes, I agree with it. Unless they have a trans Olympics where
Category.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a total agreement with that. But the whole idea that they're getting rid of the Boy Scouts of America and having Scouting America, I think it defeats the purpose of the Boy Scouts of America, where the guys are bonding, learning to do guy things, learning to, I mean, not that women can't do some of that stuff, but some of the stuff.
But they can do it in the Girl Scouts.
Right. And they aren't doing, you know, they want to, you're not going to see boys joining the Girl Scouts too often, unless you're talking about someone who identifies as women. Not necessarily trans, but maybe, like, I feel like I identify with women more than I identify with men. But, you know, that's just because I never really had men friends until, you know, college. You know, and that's when I had my first friends that were men. And I didn't have any friends before that, so it was not any big revolution. But I really had been abused so bad with the kids around me when I was in high school and stuff. I had no friends. So now it's kind of weird because I actually have friends and people I can talk to and stuff. But for the most part, my biggest thing is that I think the majority of my friends are women. So, however you want to take that, that's it's weird. But there's
nothing wrong with that. A lot of guys, you don't have to have more male friends.
Yeah, I don't. You know, I don't know. I just never really. I didn't have that. Well, the thing is, if you know what a Sigma male is, I'm a Sigma male. And Sigma males, if you don't know what it is, check it out on YouTube. They explain what Sigma males are all about. And I basically feel that's what I am. I'm not really close with a lot of people overall. But, you know, and I don't demand, like a lot of guys, they think it's cool to be macho and be in control of things. I'm okay not being in control of things. A Sigma male will sit back and let other people run it until they screw it up and then take over. And that's basically me. I don't want to be in control, but if someone doesn't do right, I'm going to take control of that situation. And I'm going to run it the way it should be. And that's what gets me in a lot of trouble because, you know, I don't try to grab that. I'm not interested in being in charge of everything. My bands, I don't want to be in charge of both bands. I don't want to be in charge of either band. But if people don't do it right, I'm just going to take it and run with it, and I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get the job done. I'm not into being in control of everything, and that's the way it is. All right, next. Diddy is in the news again. We haven't heard his name for a while.
No.
Well, okay, it's not.
I miss him.
Trying to figure out yeah, you miss him. I'm sure you do. Okay, why don't it open? Okay, there we go. It says Diddy's release date has moved up according to federal records. Diddy Combs is now expected to be released earlier than initially thought. The rapper, who's serving 50-month sentence for prostitute-related charges, is scheduled to be released April 25th, 2028. So, yeah, well, people are going to keep an eye on him. So people like him, they're going to make mistakes. So, he's going to have to keep his nose really clean because they're going to be watching him for a while. He was sentenced October to 4 years and 2 months in federal prison after being convicted of transporting people across state lines for sexual encounters. He is acquitted on separate sex trafficking and racketeering charges that carried potential life sentences. He's got to be real careful he don't get caught up in that again, because they're going to be looking for things for him. He's housed at the Federal Correction Institute in Fort Dix, New Jersey. He was transferred there late in October from New York's Metropolitan Detention Center. And Combs spent years flying girlfriends and male sex workers around the country for drug-fueled sexual encounters in multiple locations. He was convicted under the Mann Act, that's funny, M-A-N-N, Mann Act, a federal law that prohibits transporting people across state lines for illegal sexual activity. Defense attorney Jason Driscoll argued that the statute was misapplied in Combs' case. So, looks like we're going to see that guy on the street again, at least for now. But I don't.
Yeah, well,
I doubt that he's going to stay clean now. And they're going to keep their eyes on him too. He's he's basically a target. So, yeah, I see that happening. You know who Jelly Roll is, right?
Yeah, I know General.
Yeah, Jelly Roll rushed to the hospital after flipping an ATV in a terrifying crash. He's not okay. He was rushed to the hospital. So there he is. There he is. Okay. He had this little ATV thing. But I don't know if they're going to show it. I don't know what they're going to show on this. Let's see. Ooh, wow. Some basically nasty stuff. He was rushed to the hospital. It says here the terrifying crash occurred back in January, just days before the Grammy Awards. However, the I Am Not Okay singer didn't reveal his secret until this past weekend. Man, he's all wired up there. Oh, man. Yeah, it doesn't say anything else. I guess that's the end of the article there, but, oh, there we go. See his x-rays. So, I don't know. I don't do those things that can get you in trouble with the ATVs, but I'm not a guy that's looking for... Okay, there's the... Okay, we talked about that, so that's the Hall of Fame thing. I knew I had an article on it. I couldn't find it. Now I found it. Okay, that's on Paramount. We can delete that because we've already talked about them. Okay, what do we got here? All right. Oh, this is cool. Iron Age grave site discovered in northern Serbia. It reveals evidence of a 2,800-year-old mass killing. 40 of more than 77 victims were younger than 12 years old. That's just insane. Let's see, here we go. So that's all before Christ, right? 2,800 years ago. Yeah, Iron Age massacre targeted women and children. New research has revealed that women and children were deliberately targeted in one of the largest prehistoric mass killings in Europe. And it says it's in northern Serbia, funded by European Research Council, uncovered a grave containing the remains of more than 77 individuals. Most of them, that's 77. Oh, 2,800 years ago. Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's what year? What are we in? We're in 2000, so that would have been 800 years before.
Christ.
Yeah. The victims suffered violent deaths, including bludgeoning and stabbing, in what researchers say was a planned act of large-scale violence. When we encounter mass graves from prehistory with this kind of demographic, we might expect they were families from a village that was attacked. Jomolava genuinely took us by surprise when our genetic analysis showed the majority of people studied were not only unrelated, not even their great-great-grandparents were. This was highly unusual for prehistoric mass graves and not what we expected to find if they had all lived together in a village. It says, back then, man, it had to be brutal back there if you were just, stabbing people to, for these mass killings and all that. Because there weren't guns, were there? Because guns didn't start till sometime in
No, they had spears.
Yeah.
Swords.
That's that's crazy thinking about that, going and just out there killing people. It's no different than today, I guess, because now we just use guns and higher tech things. But you think about way back then, it's just people never got along with people, and it's weird. And it's weird because it's like it is typical in prehistoric mass graves for victims to be hastily buried in a pit, many by survivors and even their killers. The victims were hastily buried in a disused semi-subterranean house, but uniquely, not only had the bodies not been looted for their valuables, offerings were made in what must have been a respectable ritual. Animal remains such as butchered calf were also interred with them, with broken grain grinding stones. Burnt seeds were placed on top of the grave. It's so weird to think about how barbaric that had to be. So, yeah.
Not the way I want it done.
No, make it quick. I just make it quick. I don't want to have to suffer. So, where is it? Okay, I don't know where that. I must have grabbed another article I didn't know about. Says every state has at least one city with a nickname that makes people laugh, cringe, or scratch their heads. And I don't know what that was. I don't have the link. I didn't put a link to it. Well, that's dumb. Let's see if we can figure it out. Oh well, I'll have to figure it out later when because I there was some article I wanted to I wanted to talk about, but I don't know what it was. Oh, here it is. How many? Okay, now I know what it is, but that I don't have a link for that either. It's the same article, I just don't have the link. Okay. Let's go to the next one. I don't remember what this one was. Oh, okay. This is still going on. So, have you any opinions on this at all? On this Nancy Guthrie thing?
Not really.
She's either got to be dead by now.
She has no medication.
Right. And I've heard more things accusing the son-in-law. But I also heard this morning or this afternoon, there were 3 transfers the day of her kidnapping that were, they all are equal to, it comes up to $5,000. These 3 transfers to offshore accounts. This is it's getting weirder and weirder as they go on, because they have no leads anymore. And so they're out of people they got a bunch of people that called into their helpline, whatever it is, the tip line or whatever. And they still don't have a clue where it's at. They still don't know where she's at. They don't know any more than they knew before. But if she doesn't have any kind of meds from this period of time for a month, she's dead. So, it's just kind of a shame that is the situation. But it's so bizarre that it makes me think that there's a lot more than we even have thought about. Either a lot of people are in on this, or It's just so weird that nobody can. The FBI is even stumped right now. I don't know why, but the thing is, everything I've read or heard or whatever, they've run into so many dead ends, and I can't imagine. I mean, at this point, if you kidnapped her, and no one's paid the money, you got to think that they think that she's dead too, and they're not going to pay money for a dead woman. I don't know, just my opinion, but I don't know. It might not.
I think she's dead. I have no idea who did it.
Well, it keeps going back to that son-in-law thing too. Various people are saying the son-in-law, and I'd hate to be that son-in-law if he's innocent, because there's a lot of people that think he's not. Because he's the last one that saw her, and I don't know. Why would you pick this particular woman? She didn't have a lot. I mean, I'm assuming she didn't. She had enough money to live on, but it's not like she's super wealthy. So I don't know. Maybe she is, but I don't know. I just wish they'd figure it out one way or the other. Is she alive or is she not? Because at this point, it's going around in circles, and they don't have anything new. At this point, it's dried up. All their areas, all their things that they were investigating are gone. They don't have any more clues. So I guess we'll see. Okay, then we got this one. Friday the 13th. Did you ever wonder how that became the weird day that Friday the 13th inspired? Long considered a harbinger of bad luck, Friday the 13th inspired a late 19th century secret society, a 20th century novel, a horror film franchise, and not one but two widely unwieldy terms, which I can't even I don't know what it is. These words that I don't know what they are. Fear describe the fear of this supposedly unlucky day. I don't believe in lucky days and unlucky days. I think a lot of that is the person itself. But anyway, just like walking under a ladder, crossing paths with a black car, or breaking the mirror, many people hold fast to the belief that Friday the 13th brings bad luck. Though it's uncertain when the particular tradition began, negative superstitions have swirled around the number 13 for centuries. While Western cultures have historically associated the number 12 with completeness, 12 days of Christmas, 12 months, zodiac signs, 12 labors of Hercules, 12 gods of Olympus, 12 tribes of Israel, just to name a few. And its successor, 13, has a long history as a sign of bad luck. The ancient code of Hammurabi, for example, reportedly omitted a 13th law from a list of legal rules. I think a lot of hotels and stuff don't even have floor 13s.
They don't have. Yeah.
People have this problem. The fear of the number 13 has earned a psychological term, triskaidekaphobia. I'm sure you don't believe in Friday the 13th as well, right?
Correct.
According to the Bible tradition, 13 guests attended the Last Supper, held on Maundy Thursday, including Jesus and his 12 apostles, one of whom, Judas, betrayed him. The next day, of course, was Good Friday, the day of Jesus' crucifixion. The seating arrangement at the Last Supper is believed to have given rise to a long-standing Christian superstition that having 13 guests at a table was a bad omen, specifically if it was courting death. Those Friday negative associations are weaker. Some have suggested they also have roots in Christian tradition, just as Jesus was crucified on Friday. Friday was also said to be the day Eve gave Adam the fateful apple at the tree of knowledge, as well as Cain killed his brother Abel. The 13th Club. In the 19th century, a New Yorker named Captain William Fowler 1827 to 1897, sought to remove the enduring stigma around the number 13th, and particularly the unwritten rule about not having 13 guests at a dinner table, by founding an exclusive society called the 13 Club. 13 Club. The group dined regularly on the 13th day of the month in room 13 of the Knickerbocker Cottage, a popular watering hole fowl owned from 1863 to 1883. Before sitting down at a 13-course dinner, members would pass beneath a ladder and banner reading Morituri Te Salutamus, which is Latin for those of us who are about to die salute you. Four former U.S. presidents, Chester A. Arthur, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, and Theodore Roosevelt would join the 13 Club ranks at one time or another. These are the people that... These are the people. I wouldn't join a club like this, but I don't believe in this stuff. But I don't tempt fate. I think people that tempt fate deserve what they get. An important milestone in the history of the Friday the 13th legend, in particular, not just the number 13, occurred in 1907 with the publication of the novel Friday the 13th, written by Thomas William Lawson. The book told the story of a New York stockbroker who plays on superstitions about the date to create chaos on Wall Street, making a killing on the market. The horror movie Friday the 13th, released in 1980, introduced the world to a hockey mask-wearing killer named Jason, and is perhaps the best-known example of the famous superstition in pop culture history. The movie spawned multiple sequels, as well as comic books, novels, video games, related merchandise, and countless terrifying Halloween costumes. So, what bad things happened on Friday the 13th? On Friday, October 1307, officers of the King Philip IV of France arrested hundreds of the Knights Templar, a powerful religious and military order formed in the 12th century for the defense of the Holy Land. Imprisoned on charges of various illegal behaviors, but really because the king wanted access to their financial resources, many Templars were later executed. Some cite the link to the Templars as origin of the Friday the 13th superstition. Many believe that many like the legends involving the Templars in the history, the truth remains murky. So I just think it's funny that that these we're talking about in recent times a number of traumatic events occurred on Friday the 13th, including the German bombing of Buckingham Palace in September 1940, the murder of Kitty Genevieve in Queens, New York, 1964, a cyclone that killed more than 300,000 people in Bangladesh in November 1970, the disappearance of a Chilean Air Force plane in the Andes in October 1972, the death of rapper Tupac Shakur in September 1996, the crash of the Costas Concordia cruise ship off the coast of Italy, which killed 30 people in January 2012. I don't know. I don't really think too much about that stuff, but there are people that, that believe in all that stuff. So, then I've got this one. Oh, this is on that again. We talked about that. Okay, so this is gone. I can get rid of this. Okay, delete it. Come on, delete it. You're not going to let me delete it. Why? Okay, we'll delete it the hard way. Okay, here's a how many do you know This is Pennsylvanian cities. Oh, shoot. Now, that's the rest of that thing that I don't have the link for. Well, that sucks. That would have been good. Let me see if I can, now that I know what it was. I can't believe I don't have that. Nope. Guess I don't have that. That's a shame. That would have been a good... Wait, here's a PA challenge. See how well you know PA. 10 questions. I know you were born in PA, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go. Here we go. How many counties are in Pennsylvania? 63, 67, 70, 73.
Don't know. Probably 67.
I'll guess 70. I'll say 70. You say 67. You are correct. That's 1 point for you. I didn't pre-test take these. What is Pennsylvania's most valuable mineral? Limestone, granite, shale, or coal?
Shale.
I'm going to say coal, but we'll pick. Let's see this. Nope, coal. All right, we each got one. What's the name of the river at the state capitol? I think we know this.
Yeah, we know.
That one. Susquehanna, right? Yep. Okay, so we both got 2. What date did Pennsylvania become a state? Oh, geez, I don't even know.
No idea.
I'm going to pick... I don't know. I guess I didn't. We both... we already know this. This is that. Well, I see we're timed on this, so we know the answer to some of this. Susquehanna. Okay. All right. I'm going to guess December. Oh, hey, guess what? I was right. All right. What does Pennsylvania mean? I know that one.
Penn's Woods.
Yep, I agree. They teach us that in school. What's the nickname? I think you know that one.
Keystone State.
Yep, that one's easy. What's the highest point in Pennsylvania? I'm going to say...
Mount Davis, Bush Mountain. I think it's Bald Eagle Mountain.
That's the one I was thinking too. Oh, we're wrong. Mount Davis. I don't even know where Mount Davis is.
Never heard of it.
Okay, well, we both were wrong on that one. What's the lowest point? 3 Mile Island, as far as I'm concerned. That's not it, though.
Lake Erie.
It's actually Delaware River. So, so you got that. Okay, so what's the least populated county in Pennsylvania? I know what I'll pick. I'm picking Elk.
Probably.
You
least populated or populated?
I think it was the least populated. Hold on, I gotta go through this again because we only have it times us. I hate that. I know that one, and we got that one right. Got 2 and 2. I said this one, but it's not. Oh, it is. Okay, I got 3 and 2. We both got that one. So we got 4 and 3. 5 and 4. You said, which one did you say?
I said the first one, Bald Eagle.
Bald Eagle? Okay, that's what I said too. Yeah, because it was Mount Davis. We didn't either. All right, so we're lowest point. I said 3 Mile Island. You said Delaware, or
I said Lake Erie.
Lake
And
Erie
it was Delaware.
So we We're still at the same for 5 and 4. And least populated county.
Pike.
Okay, and I'm going to say Elk. It's Forest County. We're both wrong. 5 and 4 yet. What? And this is the last one. Which two counties have more deer than people?
Bedford and Tioga.
And I'm going to say Cameron and Potter. Oh, Cameron and Potter. Hey, I just guessed that because I didn't have any idea. So I got 6 out of 10, and you had 4.
5 out of 10.
4 or 5.
4.
I don't know, something like that. Anyway, that was cool. That was a little different. All right, so that's done. Then we have. Come on. Okay. What's the word for forgetting words?
Amnesia. Not forgetting words. I forget.
That's a good place to forget. Lately, I've been forgetting words. Okay, so the answer is. Where's that? Here it is. Right to pray. Okay. Well, where is it? Writer's block? No. Okay, what was the what is it? Oh, is this it? No. So what is the answer? Come on, give me an answer. I will give up in a second. I should have written it down. I don't know. Don't have time to sit and read it. I was hoping I'd have an answer by now. Okay. We could. How much time we got? 15 minutes. We could do. You know what we could do is actually we can't. We can't do it that way. Okay. Read our Social Security. Enough tax. Let's see here. The oldest triplets ever named by the U.S. First Lady were after parents struggled to pick names. There you go. The oldest triplets ever. On the 18th of May, 1899, a tiny farm in Elmont, Texas, 3 baby girls were born and caught their parents, Elza and Eliza, Cardwell by surprise. They had been expecting 1. 2 of the triplets were born before the doctor arrived, and he helped deliver the last one. Well, that was smart. He only gets 1/3 of the pay then. Since the parents were expecting 1, they struggled to come up with names. So the girls lived with 6 months before they were officially named. It was actually U.S. President Grover Cleveland's wife, the First Lady, Frances, who named them Faith, Hope, and Charity. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The girls, the Cardwell sisters, have always shared a close-knit bond, love spending time with each other, and on their 84th birthday, the girls were asked about their upbringing and how relationships blossomed when growing up. Faith said, "We've always been together on every birthday. Now one time, one of the girls, Hope, was sick in the hospital, but we had a cake baked, and we went there for her." Out of the triplets, Charity and Faith were identical to the point where it's hard to tell them apart, but Hope didn't look as much like her sisters, although they often shared a similar sense of style, wore similar clothes until they got married. Their wedding days were another thing that they shared. It all happened in the same year, 1919. Saw Hope and Charity marry their new husbands in a double ceremony, and Faith was also married a couple of months later. Sadly, these amazing siblings have now passed away after many years of happiness shared between them. Faith died the 2nd of October, 1994, at the age of 95. And 95 years and 137 days. Charity died on 6th of January 1995, age 95 at 233 days. And the last triplet passed away on the 15th of January 1997 at the age of 97. So with a combined age of 288 years and 247 days, the Cartwell triplets hold the Guinness Book Records as the world's oldest triplets ever. That's hard. That's really hard to believe that all three of them survived that long. Many of us are lucky that we're where we're at right now.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I mean, now you would think you'd have a better chance than you did way back then, but I mean, in that time of that's you're talking about the Depression and all that stuff. They lived through all that stuff. Man, the things they've seen. What do you mean, cell phones? Actually, the phone itself, they've lived with the beginning of the phone itself and the beginning of cars and all that stuff. That's crazy. All right. Oh, come on, let me have this. Okay, so that's done. Okay. We're both on Social Security, so this is kind of interesting. What's the point of Social Security? Being able to live without having to work. I think that's really what it is, but it's kind of cool because the Social Security Act of 1935 established the program amid the worsening poverty crisis by older Americans during the Great Depression. By 1934, more than half of those aged 65 and older lack sufficient income. And actually, people today aren't always able to make it on their Social Security either. There's a lot of people that don't prepare for their retirement. I mean, you're doing okay, and your wife's doing okay, but there's a lot. You see these people that don't survive.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, well, especially because you were doing Salvation Army stuff. And I would imagine that, there's a lot of people out there that aren't able to survive.
People don't save for their retirement. They think Social Security's going to pay it all away. And most of the time, Social Security's not enough to live on.
Right. I mean, if I had to live on my Social Security, I couldn't. I really couldn't. I mean, I do better than a lot of people, but that's a lot of, just to live in this house. My electric bill last month was a really horrible month for electric, but I paid $1,300 for the electric bill last month. That's more than some people's payment for their house. So, and that's with my solar panels. Of course, I gotta get someone to work on one of my grids because one of my grids isn't charging right now. I don't know how. If I were just living off my Social Security, there's no way I'd make it. I just never did just one thing. I always did multiple things. So. Always had multiple streams of money. Right now, I've got money going out, though, with the school. The school's cost me an arm and a leg, but eventually we'll be okay. So, and I can't wait till the point where we're okay, but it's good. It says here, roughly 22% of U.S. tax dollars go to Social Security. Social Security was one of the most popular programs, government programs. There is a look at what privatizing Social Security would mean to Americans. Now, they supposedly at this point, they're still saying they've been saying this since I was a kid that our money is not going to be there when we retire. I'm amazed that was something that is still being said today. We're lucky enough that the money is still there, but who knows if it'll be there for, your kids.
Well, if Congress would quit stealing the money.
Yeah. That probably would be a good thing. I mean, without it, we wouldn't be able to survive. But that's
No.
it's just amazing. I just happen to have some good people that my investments and stuff are doing okay, and that's the only way I could have survived. And I know it's amazing when I think about it that even if I worked till I was 67 or whatever, I don't think it would have made that much difference. But maybe it would have, and fortunately I have the band money that I make off of that. I've got things here and there that eventually I'll make money off guitars again and stuff like that. But if I didn't have that stuff coming in, I don't know what I'd be doing. I don't know how and that electric without the solar panels, that would have been, I could imagine probably another couple $100 on top of that. Of course, if I didn't abuse the electric, I'd be better too if I did things like everybody else did. Are you talking? I don't hear you.
I'm talking.
Oh, there you are. Okay. I was looking, and it doesn't have your mouth synced again. I don't know why it doesn't do that. There is a way I can adjust that a little bit, but not too much. So I got to figure out what makes that do what it does. So, all right, what else we got here? Of course, Monty Python inadvertently inspired the word spam, the internet term spam. Remember the spam thing?
Yes.
All right, well, if you look at, it says here, a Monty Python sketch inspired the internet spam word, and basically that was, nobody liked spam when we were kids. I like spam.
Why do we call
Oh, there we go. I think it's funny because, who would have thought that a company that Hormel would have made, and they got all that free advertising from the word spam because of Monty Python. And of course, now that it's an internet,
spam.
Oh, geez, I keep hitting this. Stop.
Spam was.
All right. I think it's funny because it wasn't meant as a good thing, but now it's a bad thing on the internet because you don't want to get spam in your email. So I don't mind spam, but that's just because I'm weird like that. All right, next, what else we got here? Oh, did you see this bridge in China that a 2,500-foot bridge partially collapsed? A brand new bridge. So here we go. This was in November, I believe. So looks like, what did it fall from? Oh, heavy landslides. Take a look at that. That's crazy. That destroyed that bridge. Now, if that happened in the United States, they wouldn't have fallen. Yeah, they would have. Says viral footage captured at the moment at the entire section of newly constructed bridge in China's Sichuan province collapsed just months after it officially opened. 758-meter bridge, part of the national highway linking China's interior to Tibet, gave way after heavy landslides struck the surrounding mountainside. Video circulating on... Oh, here we go. We have to see it. Man, that looks devastating. That's freaking crazy. I wouldn't want to be on that bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we got... How about, do you know what a false memory is?
False memory?
False memory.
Yeah. It's when you misremember.
That is exactly what it is. Like, did you know that the Fruit of Loom logo never had a cornucopia?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of things that you all remember things. T-shirt tycoons, Fruit of the Loom, are makers of the original printable T-shirts and then originators of long piece of memory misinformation. Fruit of the Loom's distinct logo contains delicious looking assortment of fruit. People, including reality questioning posts on the Recon subreddit, will swear that that all of it is dear to them, and that the logo once included a horned bowl called a cornucopia. I wonder if this shows us a link. What that? Nope. Okay, 3 questions about. Okay, so this is. What's your earliest memory of Fruit of the Loom? What year did you first notice the cornucopia was gone? And why do you think this one doesn't seem to flip-flop? And it says, I don't know when I remembered noticing the cornucopia, but I remember about when I noticed it not being there. And there never was a cornucopia. So that's one that's definitely a misremembered thing. And then there's things like... says there's okay, so they talk about a recent Snopes article summarized this confusion, explaining that the misremembering around the logo dates back decades. The imagined cornucopia. What happened here? What happened? How did we lose what I was talking about? What's going on here? Oh, get off there. Okay, let's go back up. Because this is an amazing thing, but it's actually I didn't really think about it till they started saying about this. But the imagined cornucopia is just one of the many examples of the Mandela effect, named for the once common misconception that the South African civil rights leader had died in the 1980s, when in fact he passed away at the age of 95 in 2013. The Mandela effect is a communal example of false memory. False memories are recollections of events that didn't occur or facts that aren't real. They're a particularly strong type of memory error. So there's 2 types of memory. There's episodic and semantic. So episodic concerns are autobiographical. How do you say that? Autobiographical events that happen to us. Think about going to Disneyland, eating a dessert last Wednesday, or feeling sick after eating too much dessert last Wednesday. These semantic memories are recollections of facts or general knowledge. There are more well-known examples of communal false memories of the Mandela effect. For semantic memories. That's because there are a few shared autobiographical experiences that would create a communal semantic memory. Only so many will remember your 5th birthday, for example. That said, false memories occur in personal episodic memory. In one study, researchers used manipulated images to present volunteers with false evidence that they had taken a hot air balloon ride as a child. Some participants said later they vividly remember the ride, which never occurred. Other ones said they remember it in detail. False memories also featured court cases where testimony from childhood abuse survivors have been questioned as potentially false. Researchers acting as expert witnesses in these cases have engaged in fierce debate around how likely that it that a trauma survivor may have developed false memories of abuse that never happened. Memories versus a false memory, our memories are not set in stone. Instead, they're built around shifting sands. Processes recoding cannot update old memories over time, and memories may differ slightly each time we retrieve them. That's true. A lot of times, like things I think I remember, when I sit back and I'm trying to remember if that really did happen or if some of the facts are skewed, I find out, I'll tell a story and then a couple hours later I'll be thinking about that and I said, I don't think it happened that way now. You can't go back on it and say, hey, I lied to you, but, sometimes we have these memories that didn't happen, and this kind of was interesting. So we got a classic psychology study that tests how false memories might form is the Dees-Roger-McDermott test. Volunteers will be presented with a list of words, for example, pupil, classroom, exam, teacher, that all have the key semantic lore. The researchers will then test whether the participant misremembers the original list as the lore, in this case, the word school. So the list is pupil, classroom, exam, teacher. But they're asking, after hearing this, about the word school, and they all think that they heard the word school, but because these were things about schools, they remember something that wasn't there. Fuzzy trace memory suggests the confusion that happens because we store two forms of memory. One's a direct representation of the original memory. The other one is based on a rough gist of the memory. Researchers think that false memories tap into a gist version of the memory, especially when the verbatim information is missing. And then there's activation monitoring theory that suggests that when a person studies a list of words, it activates memory that spreads to related words like the lore word. Like when I try to remember lyrics, I have a hard time because if I sing it wrong once, I'll keep singing it wrong forever. And it's just weird because I can't seem to remember. I don't have a good memory overall, I think, but it does explain a lot of that, why I don't, because I'm thinking other things that were related to that. Bainbridge did its own research into the Mandela effect and couldn't find a single satisfying explanation for how the effect forms, but it did identify some images that are harder to accurately recall than others. We think that it's something about that image that fits in with the map of all the images we've seen or how our brain understands a visual word. So, I mean, this article is really good about explaining how you remember things that didn't happen or remember things that happened but not necessarily the way they happened. So it's kind of a neat article, and it explains part of that situation. All right. I guess this is it.
That's it, 10:05.
Yeah. I will have some more stuff next week. I don't know what we'll talk about next. Well, we could talk about all kinds of things next week. You can criticize my band and criticize the wrestling and all that stuff if we get to do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing you.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, I think so. So, all right. I will, hold on, I got to get this lined up. Oh, can't start it yet. Where'd it go? Where's the final? There it is. Okay. All right, I'll talk to you guys next week, and thank you for listening, and as always, there we go.